Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, students are given a powerful reminder to keep safe over spring break.
Then young artists share their visions of unity at an annual event.
Plus, the high school sports program gets support from a dedicated club.
And we'll show you why some locals were panning for gold right here in Torrance. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Malavika Gangolly.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. The number of people seeking U.S. unemployment fell to a 4-week low last week. That's according to the Department of Labor. Unemployment applications have been on a steady decline for the last 6 months. Weekly applications are now at 357,000. Whenever they dip below 375,000, it usually signals that hiring is strong enough to lower the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate has fallen from 9.1% to 8.3% in February, the lowest in 3 years.
Here are some highlights from the most recent City Council meeting. The city received a $5,000 grant from the National Trust for Historic Preservation. That money will go towards the design plan for the restoration and beautification of the Pacific Electric Railroad Bridge. Also known as the Torrance Bridge, the project should be underway this fall, and Council approved the implementation of the Torrance Hometown Heroes Banner program. The program honors Torrance residents and their family members who are serving or have served in the armed forces. Street banners will be installed honoring service members for 3 months, after which they will be presented to the heroes' family. The program will be implemented next month with 20 banners on display at one time. Each banner costs $220, and residents can find program brochures at libraries, city counters, and through local veterans organizations.
Despite some drizzle, locals came out to support the West High Boosters. Reporter Alexa Sita tells us why this club is so important to the school's sports program.
We believe that kids get a good sense of direction in the sports programs.
But as important as they are to West High School, they still need help.
Nowadays it's hard with the budget cuts. All the sports are pretty much self-funded, so we're trying as a booster club to be able to raise funds for all the sports teams.
And events like this spring fundraiser have become part of the sports programs.
Coaches come in and ask for things, and we hope to help out and support all the sports clubs at West High.
My food was good.
Food trucks filled the blacktop area of campus, and inside, vendors sold items for parents and future West High students, because it's never too early to get kids excited about sports.
How about Go West High Warriors?
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Alexa Sita.
The West High School Boosters hold 3 fundraisers every year. At this recent fundraiser, they hope to raise $3,000. For more information, visit westhighbooster.org.
Well, first went Circuit City. Could the next retail casualty be Best Buy? The U.S.-based electronics chain said it would close 50 big box stores this year and would lay off 400 corporate and support workers. This is part of a plan to trim $800 million in costs and restructure its ailing business. Best Buy is struggling to adapt to a changed retail landscape. Consumers are now using the stores to check out merchandise that they later purchase for less online. Sites like Amazon offer merchandise at a lower price since they don't bear the overhead of physical locations. Apple products and their own namesake stores are also eating into the electronics business. Best Buy plans to shift its focus by opening 100 mobile locations, smaller standalone stores that largely sell smartphones and tablet computers. Not all their big box locations will close. The Torrance Best Buy on Pacific Coast Highway is one of the state's most profitable. No word yet on that location's future. Well, coming up, we'll tell you how some students spread their vision of unity for the city.
And we'll tell you how others spread the word about an activity that can be fatal.
When I grow up, I want to be a psychologist or a therapist.
I want to be a pediatrician.
I was hoping to become a chef someday.
I want to own a big house with the convertible and the jacuzzi and the pool, you know, all the good stuff.
Role models, they don't tell you what to do, but they help you to go where you're going.
I want to study law. I don't want to become a lawyer. I want to become a CIA agent.
Young people, I think, do need a mentor because, you know, we don't know everything. And, you know, all the people, they've experienced stuff that we haven't.
I would like to be a baseball player.
As long as there's somebody behind you, pushing you and supporting you, then you feel that you always have the strength to keep going.
Well, I would like to become like a doctor. That's my first choice.
Sometimes you feel down and you feel that no one really understands and no one knows like where you're coming from. And it's great to see someone who's been where you are now and, you know, making it.
So get involved and do your part. Invest in the future. Mentor a child.
How far would you go to help someone? Would you go to the end of your driveway? Would you cross a street? Would you cross an ocean? To a place 6,000 miles from home? And how long would you go? Would you go for a week? A month? A year? Would you go for 2 years? Would you go if you could use your knowledge to teach someone, and in the process, maybe learn something yourself? Life is calling. How far will you go? Peace Corps.
Students expressed their visions of unity for Torrance in many artistic ways, thanks to an annual event. Reporter TK Trinidad takes us there.
The annual Vision of Unity Organization Art Contest encourages kids to artistically express their ideas and to think about their roles in resolving community issues.
What we really want to do is to encourage young people to express their ideas, their ideals, their thoughts about inclusion.
Students competed in several categories such as poetry, short stories, essays, sculptures, new media, photography, and art. In first place, West High School 11th grader Irene Roth drew her inspiration from the diversity at her school.
I wanted to symbolize that even though we all look different, inside we're all the same, hence the roots.
The contest consistently strives to broaden the minds of the community and to recognize and celebrate the students.
We have to recognize through them where the challenges of diversity are in our community and in our schools.
You can find the students' artwork at the Katie Geisert Library during the month of May. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm TK Trinidad.
To read the literary anthology or to learn more, visit visionsofunity.com.
April is Alcohol Awareness Month, and with students about to let loose for spring break, some were reminded of how drinking and driving creates a dangerous cocktail. Reporter Alexa Sita takes us to El Camino College for the story.
It's a beautiful day at El Camino College, but these students aren't just riding around in a golf cart, and they're not just shooting hoops. They're taking part in the annual DUI Awareness Fair.
Just spreading that awareness that drink driving is not good and that it could be prevented as long as you take the appropriate steps to do it.
Students wore special goggles as they drove around a course and as they shot hoops. The goggles impaired their vision to twice the legal blood alcohol limit, and the results were obvious.
Oh, there you go. That's more.
Wait, where am I going?
I did the basketball thing and I was way off. And I did the walking on the line. It made it seem like the line was off. So in the driving, I ran over a cone.
The legal limit for blood alcohol levels when driving is 0.08, which equals about 2 drinks for the average male. But less than 2 drinks can still cause impaired vision and judgment.
My sister, she got into a car accident due to drinking alcohol. Luckily, she came out alive, but I think it was a learning experience for her.
With the awareness fair, it was a learning experience for these students And hopefully they'll spread the word about the dangers of driving under the influence.
Tell other friends, tell my family members, keep telling my sister.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Alexa Sita.
Thanks, Alexa. Based on the percentage of total DUI-related traffic deaths, California is ranked 21 of all 50 states in the District of Columbia. Utah is ranked number 1 with the fewest deaths. South Carolina has the most DUI-related deaths, putting it at 51 on the list. For more information, visit madd.org.
Most of us don't often consider the importance of geology or the science of the earth. A recent exhibit hoped to change that by showing how science can rock. Reporter Alexa Sita explains.
This is our 63rd year.
That's right. Since 1950, the South Bay Lapidary and Mineral Society has presented exhibits featuring the varied aspects of rock collecting.
We have petrified wood, we have minerals, we have fossils, we have an exhibit from the Fluorescent Mineral Society.
What they don't have are vendors. The Society's purpose is science, not selling.
We're a 501c3 nonprofit that is trying to promote the knowledge of rocks and our earth and science into many people's lives.
And whether or not attendees were interested in their scientific properties, the beauty of some of these display items is rock solid.
It's so amazing to be able to go out into nature, to camp, and to find something that's so beautiful that you can't believe that just you're finding it on the ground.
On the ground or in the water.
We're showing people how to pan for gold.
These prospectors scooped gravel into a pan and swirled it in water with the hope that any gold would sink to the bottom.
May you find gold.
But even if you didn't, the hope was to find an appreciation for the world around you. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Alexa Sita.
The South Bay Lapidary and Mineral Society meets monthly. For more information, visit Palos Verdes.
This neighborhood sure has changed in my lifetime. You know, there was a time when people like me couldn't live here because of their race or the color of their skin. I'll never forget how I felt being told I wasn't welcome in this neighborhood, that this apartment was for whites only. That got better over time, but some people still didn't get equal treatment when it came to finding a home.
No, there's no apartment here for you.
Well, I own this building now. The Fair Housing Act made a difference for someone like me. It gives us the opportunity to live in communities of our choice, free from discrimination. The Fair Housing Act makes it illegal to discriminate in the renting or selling of a home because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, familial status, or disability. Know your rights. If you believe you have experienced housing discrimination, contact HUD.
This is Brendan. He never expected to have a foundation created in his name. But then his mother never expected her precious newborn to be diagnosed with a birth defect virus called cytomegalovirus, or CMV. CMV is crippling. Brendan went from what doctors thought was a healthy newborn to one with deafness and brain damage caused by CMV. Brendan's mother learned about CMV to give him the best life possible. Now she wants to help other families avoid this traumatic illness. CMV can be prevented. CMV attacks 1 in 150 babies born in the U.S. 1 in 5 of those babies will suffer lifelong disability. CMV disables more children than Down syndrome and fetal alcohol syndrome. Get the facts. Learn how to protect your unborn child. Visit cmvfoundation.org.
The Torrance Centennial Committee, along with several homeowners associations, are hosting cleanup days across the city. If you'd like to participate, there is sure to be a day that fits into your schedule. Upcoming locations are at West High School, Wilson Park, Jefferson Middle School, and the Torrance Little League Field. Cleanup days will run through April, and for more information, visit torrancecentennial.org.
And why should teenagers have all the fun? If you're age 50 or older and you'd like to relive your prom, come out for In the Mood, the second annual senior prom on Friday, April 13th from 12:30 to 3 p.m. at the Ken Miller Recreation Center. $5 tickets are on sale at the Bartlett Center. For more information, call 310-320-5918.
And hometown hero Louis Zamperini, the 95-year-old subject of Laura Hillenbrand's book Unbroken, will make a special appearance at the Toyota USA Automobile Museum on Saturday, April 28th. From 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m., Zamperini will discuss the real-life events that made up his critically acclaimed biography. Cost of the event is $25. For more information, call 310-651-5230. And please note, seating for this event is limited. And that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Malavika Gangolly.
And I'm Ben McCain. If you missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.